it has been a dream season for sure. You know, we had Sunday off. We had about a 2.5-hour practice Monday morning. Obviously hotter than heck here, but I think it's going to prepare us for Oklahoma City. But I am so proud of everybody involved in this program, the team. The seniors have been great leaders, and a trip to Oklahoma City is like the icing on the cake for everyone.
It seems like, especially going into the tournament, you guys felt like there was a little chip on your shoulder after everything you've done, getting the 8th seed. Now you got to go up against the number 1 seed in Oklahoma. Does that add to the fire?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I think it's the same course. You know, obviously Oklahoma, they're one of the best programs in the country. Patty Gasso is probably one of the best coaches in the country. She's won 4 national championships. You know, Norman is 30 minutes away from Oklahoma City, so you're going to be dealing with probably 13,000 Boomer Sooners and maybe 1,000 Roll Tide fans. So that's the path. You know, whenever you play Oklahoma, that's what you get. It's the best facility in the country for college softball. That's why we're playing there. So no qualms about that. But we're just fired up and ready to go.
A couple girls, a lot of the girls on your team, a lot of the leaders, this is their first time making it to Oklahoma. Some of them have been there, but a lot of them haven't. How have you, what are you telling them to expect at this point of the year?
Well, I think, you know, the senior class, there's only been 3. Courtney transferred as a junior, so only 3 girls on the team have been there. And, you know, for the 3 classes that haven't, they're in for a treat because this is the mecca of college softball. You know, you guys times probably 5 people, 5. So they're going to be dealing with a lot of media. It's covered just tremendously by all the media in Oklahoma City. So the thing that I think when the first couple of times that we went, I needed to learn too, because I had to say no to a couple of people. And you want to please everybody, and I'm a people pleaser, and so are the girls on my team. So even like my family, I'm like, look, okay, after we play, the next day I'll go to lunch with you. So it's things like that that they have to learn to say no and really prioritize. Okay, first we're gonna play Oklahoma. We're gonna practice on Wednesday, and then we're gonna play that game, and then we'll go from there.
I wanted to ask you about a stat that you said after you won the other day. You're one of 3 programs, I believe, that you said that have been more times than they haven't. I think 12 and 23 years. Just what does that say about this Alabama program and the fact that after 2 years now you're back again to keep that going?
Yeah, that was key. You know, one thing that the late Mal Moore told me one year early in my career, he said, you know, Murph, you can have a championship every now and then, maybe a season or 2, but it takes a tremendous program and tremendous people to have consistent success over and over and over. He said that was the key to Coach Bryant, and he reinvented himself. You know, several times in his career, everybody thought, you know, Alabama was dead, and he just reinvented himself, came up with new offenses, came up with new recruits, and I think, you know, we've kind of tried to copy his blueprint. And, you know, this year we've done some different things with 5 pitchers and the pitching staff, and it's worked. So it's just been a treat to be with this program for 23 years.
Coach, the announcers made a big point this weekend about the local girls from the several states. How important is that to you to be able to go out there with mainly the southeastern girls?
Well, I've said I love girls that know what grits mean, you know, girls raised in the South. And when you have a KB Sides from just right up the road in Dora, Alabama, which probably nobody has ever heard of, but her, you know, you have Bailey Hemphill from Lafayette, Louisiana, and you could go on and on with so many kids in the South. But one of the reasons is they know Alabama, they know the traditions, they know the rivalries. That's key to me. You know, I want them to know what the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry means. And then when you mix in the, you know, the young lady from New Zealand, Courtney Gettins, a girl like KB Sides is going to go up to her and say, hey, look, this is the rivalry between the 2 schools. You know, we need to beat them. We don't like them. You know, this is how it goes at Alabama. So I think they've done a really good job of setting the tone with the girls maybe from not from the South, you know, like a Maddie Morgan from Seattle. She's learned in a hurry, though.
Coach, when you go into a World Series like this, is it more so you and your team and what your game plan is as opposed to looking at any number of opponents you could wind up facing depending on what the draw turns out?
I think so. You know, you got, number one, you got to focus on Oklahoma and the coaching staff, the players. We're going to watch video constantly of their hitters, their pitchers, what they do offensively, defensively, and all we're going to worry about is them. We're not looking ahead to anybody else. Maybe a bonus or an advantage for us is Florida's on our side of the bracket, which could be an advantage for them as well because they know us, we know them. You know, but we both have to win. So it's kind of a weird bracket this year with the 2 SEC schools and then the 2 Oklahoma, the Big 12 schools, in the same side of the bracket. So either way you go, it's going to be crazy, whatever team you play, because obviously the Sooners are going to have a great fan base, but so is OSU. You know, they haven't been there for a while, so it could be really, really crazy at Hall of Fame Stadium this week.
Why is this team ready for this opportunity?
I just think from the very beginning, you know, when we got off to that 33-0 start, every win just gave them confidence. And I don't think enough people talked about how many new kids we had. We had a brand new infield and a new right fielder and basically 3 new pitchers. So every time we'd go out and win, I think it just gave them more and more confidence. And, you know, by the time we got to the SEC play, we got down to Missouri 7-0. I think it was the first inning, maybe the second inning, but we came back, we scored 14 runs, and we kept the streak alive. And I just think it just vaulted us into this really, really good season. Everybody believed in everybody else. We had a different star in almost every game. You know, KB Sides and Bailey Hemphill were the stars of the Super Regional by far. They both hit 500. But I think everybody appreciated that everybody contributed, you know. And this team among probably any other team I've had, they've really bought into that team concept of they don't care who gets the credit as long as the team wins, everybody's good.
Montana had her ups and downs in the Super Regional. You're probably going to need her a time or two in this World Series. What do you say to her to kind of get her back in that groove and help her get prepared for this?
Well, I thought, you know, from Sunday regional final to Thursday night Super Regional, totally different kid. You know, you saw she shut them out 3-0. It was an awesome performance by a freshman in her first Super Regional. And then the next day, you know, maybe I learned something that she might not be as good as in a reliever role as she is in a starting role. You know, everybody kind of saw that. And then Sunday she comes back, she gives us 7 strong innings. But one of the cool things is, you know, Sarah Cornell is very healthy, ready to go. We didn't have to use her at all. Crystal Goodman's still good. Courtney's still good. You know, Madison Preston is still good. So we have a deep pitching staff. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a chess game, you know, throughout the weekend.
There could be a lot of games there at the World Series, and you could have to play some back-to-back. But this seems to be maybe one of your deepest pitching staffs. How do you think that's going to help you build?
I think it's huge, you know, and the weather's going to be similar, so it's going to be hotter than heck. And, you know, throughout the week, if you stay in the winner's bracket, that's a key. And we would play at 8:30, which the weather hopefully will be better at night. But then when you get to Sunday, you know, then that's when you need a pitching staff because it's hot. There's a lot of people cheering against you. I just think that those so many arms on your side are going to help you.
Let's kind of talk about this first game against Oklahoma. There's been a lot of good history between the 2 schools, and to have 2 of the best storied programs in softball kind of start the World Series off.
Well, you know, I've known Patty for probably 25 to 26 years. She was a junior college coach in California, and when I was the assistant coach at Louisiana Lafayette, we recruited one of her pitchers. That's the very first time I met her, long time ago. And then she propelled her success at that junior college to OU. And she was really an unknown when she got to OU. And then obviously you guys, everybody knows who she is now. She's won 4 national championships, but she has done it the right way. Just a great lady. Awesome program. You know, we respect all their players, their coaching staff. And it's been a really good rivalry because we knocked them out when they were at our place for Super Regionals in 15 with Runyon's Grand Slam. We played them at the World Series, I think at least 3 or 4 times. So you know, it's kind of weird. We can't get away from them in the postseason.
For Thursday night's matchup, what challenges, or is maybe the biggest challenges, does OU present to your team?
Well, they're very offensive. You know, they have a lot of home runs, and their pitching staff. They have a really good lefty who transferred from Arizona State. You know, she was first-team All-American last year. She was dominant. But then they have some more righties. You know, their whole lineup is very athletic. They're fast, and they have power. You know, they kind of mirror us in terms of power and speed. We've stolen a little bit more, but they still have the capability of running. They're very athletic at every position. Shortstop's going to be one of the best ones you've seen. I mean, I could go on and on. It's just a very well-rounded, athletic team.